All right, this is my buddy Haku, and in this video we're going to go over tips and tricks to help that you can use to stop a puppy from mouthing and nipping you. Now I have a bully stick in my pocket, which we're going to talk about in a minute, and she's going to get that in a second. Now this is basically a treat dispensing toy. This is called an Omega treat ball, I think is what it's called. And you get these on Amazon. What I did is I filled it up with all sorts of great, with some of the high value training treats as well as some for kibble. I'd like the Guardian to feed her out of this. This will help reduce the dog's chewing on other items because when she nudges this just right, there's a hole here that treats can fall out of. So if she nudges it, after a while your dog becomes like a little soccer player nudging it around the room. It makes them work for their food, which is normal for dogs, which takes a little bit longer so they don't eat their food so fast. It also, like I said, helps curb chewing the wrong items. And this takes a little bit of time to get the food out of, so it helps develop the dog's intelligence and problem-solving skills. So I'd like the Guardian to feed her out of this until she's about 5 months old. You might need to get a bigger version of this when she gets a little bit bigger. She's only 2 months old now, but she's going to get a lot bigger. Okay, so this will definitely help with that, with the chewing and nipping. But a lot of dogs, and we'll go ahead and give her a treat for that. Now remember, if your dog climbs on top of you and you pet it, you're rewarding your dog for doing that. So if the dog jumps up on you, try not to pet them. Now I'm going to play with her at random. That was intentional. So on my part. So whenever dogs are playing with each other and they play too rough, one of the dogs will yelp like I just did. And both dogs will stop for a second. And then they're like, are you okay? Well, that was too hard. Okay, well, then they go back to playing. So every time your dog starts mouthing you, anytime its teeth touch your skin, you should yelp like a little girl, freeze, and then go back to playing. Now, for some dogs, that'll stop them from doing it. Some dogs will just keep on chewing on you. Yes. Come here, sweetheart. Come here. Yes. Now, if I just give the dog something to chew, try to give it to her, she's not going to be that interested. I have to actually tease her with it. Come here. Come on up here. Come here. I want to give you the bully stick that you didn't want. So, well, a couple things. Before we get to that, the Guardian has a couple. Ooh, look at this. I got a couple of your toys. The Guardian has a couple toys. This, I'm not sure exactly what this is. I'm guessing it's a bone of some sort. But the Guardian has some stuffed plush toys. Your dog needs a variety of toys when it's a puppy. So you want some rope toys to pull on. You want some squeaky toys. You want some hard chewing toys. I like to get Nylabone. Nylabones, this one, you see there's no flexibility to it. That's what you should get for the Nylabones. They should be very rigid. Now you can get the ones that look like a cartoon bone, but they also have ones that look like a donut and an arm and a dinosaur and all sorts of fun shapes, and they come in different flavors. So you want to try to get some flavored ones, and for dogs it's natural for them to want to chew on things. Puppy, puppy, puppy. Yes, I thought you might come for that. How about, if I have another one, can I get you all the way back up here? Come on. Come on. I know you have puppy kids. There we go. Come. Although I'm rewarding her from getting up on my lap, but for this video we want to do that. So if she's chewing on me, now, well, a couple of these. This is a Kong, and the Guardian has a milk bone in here. Milk bones have known carcinogens for dogs. They will give, ingredients that will give dogs cancer. So I would not give your dog milk bones, pepperoni, or bacon strips. All three of those have known carcinogens in them. Now, two things that are good for puppies, or all dogs, are broccoli and carrots. They help actually prevent types of cancer. So if she's on my lap and she's mouthing and biting me, well, first of all, if she's on my lap, I would ask her to get down if she's mouthing. So the first thing I would do is see if she's mouthing and biting me, I would yelp. If she continues, then I would just stand up, not here because I'll hit my head, but stand up and then you eliminate your lap and the dog jumps down. So if the dog is on top of you, chewing on you, and you don't disagree, the dog thinks you think it's okay. Now, if I just go give this to her, she's not going to be interested. What I'm going to do is I'm going to tease her. Whoops, I'm sorry, sweetheart. Yes, come here. Let's get you back up here. Come here. Yes. So I'm going to tease her with it a little bit. I must have gotten a little poke or something before. But the idea is to tease her a little bit and redirect her attention towards whatever this object is. When she latches onto it, let her pull on it a little bit and let her pull it away from you. And then she feels like, yes, I won. And she'll run across the room and she'll go chew on the item. Now, what you need to do is have one of these in your pocket at all times. Now, once your dog does this and takes it across the room, well, what if it comes back? So now you pick up another one and put it in your pocket. Now, I like to use, because I talked about carrots earlier, carrots are great for dogs to chew on. Because when they're puppies, they're going to go through a teething stage. She's going to, in about 2 months, start losing her teeth and wanting to chew on everything. She already chews on a lot of stuff. She'll want to chew on more. Now for these, so basically what I would do is get her some little baby carrots and give her baby carrots from time to time. And so that way she gets used to them. They have a little bit of sugar in them. They're very dense, so when she's chewing on the wrong things, let's say that she's licking this part of the couch. When dogs lick it, they're getting it soft so they can chew it. So as soon as you see her licking it, you should get up, go to the fridge, pull out about 4 or 5 empty baby carrots. And what she's going to do is she's facing here, licking it. Well, you tap the ground here. As a dog, I look over here, and then I drop the carrots here. Now the dog would get up and move away. Now she's looking this way instead of looking this way. So she'll forget about she was about to chew this. She'll lay down and chew on the baby carrots here. So now we've, again, redirected her attention towards something that we like her to chew on. Now, like I said, it helps with the teething later on. When we are humans and we are teething, our parents will like freeze washcloths or certain toys with water in them in the fridge, and then we'll chew on them to numb our gums. You can use the same carrot trick for that. So once she starts teething, you should transition the baby carrots into the freezer. So as soon as she starts licking something or chewing something inappropriately, get up, go to the freezer, take about 4 or 5 of them out, rinse them over the water real quick just to take that hard frostbite off them, or frost, and then drop them on the ground. She turns around, and again, she's chewing those. Now they'll numb her gums. And it wards off a type of cancer. So it's beneficial in a couple of different ways. Now, come. This is what I call passive training. So every time she comes to you, pet her and say come. Every time she sits on her own, pet her and say sit. Every time she lays down, pet her and say down, or crash, or whatever the word is that you want to use. After a while, she'll associate those things, and then every time you pet your dog, it becomes a training session like, here, come. I didn't ask her to come, but when she came, something good happened. So that creates a positive association with the word. Getting back to this real quick, what I like to do is make sure whenever you have a treat dispensing toy like this, it should have a big hole on one side and a small hole on the other side so it doesn't pressurize. So what I would do is take one of the high-value training treats that I have, which are chicken liver, and then I put it in there. Then I fill it up with peanut butter. Now, peanut butter, dogs like to lick, so you might take a little dab of peanut butter and let her lick on it first, just to have her develop a taste for it. But now she'll sit here and she'll lick at this for hours. And if I put the high-value, like a stinky meat treat, like this is chicken liver, at the bottom of it, well, she'll smell the scent coming out of this end, and she'll try to get through all the peanut butter on this end. Now, again, once she starts teething, or really you can do it for the rest of her life, you can take this for the first couple weeks, the first 5 or 6 times you give her this, just regular peanut butter with the treat at the bottom. After she's done it about 5 to 8 times, then I would start putting it in the freezer. Now it's harder to get the peanut butter out if I have to work at it a little bit more. And a lot of puppies is really redirecting their attention. Let's see if I can get you into a sit right here. So she jumped up. If I petted her, I would be rewarding her. So what I'm doing is I redirect. I didn't push her down. Sit. And then I start petting her. So what you're saying is the dog, if she jumps up on me, if I'm petting her, see, let's try doing it this way. So I'm petting her, and then she jumps up, I stop petting. As soon as you jump up on me, I lose interest in petting you. And as soon as you get down, then I start petting you again. So what you're teaching the dog is when you jump up on me, I'm not going to pet you. When you're down on the floor, I will pet you. So you're teaching the dog that getting down on the floor is appropriate and a good way to get humans' attention. And I was a little bit late with that, and that was not high-pitched enough. So make sure it's a real good yelp. But if I pet her when she's doing this, then I'm rewarding her for doing it. I'm covering a lot of stuff in this video. Now for this, like I said, use the peanut butter. You can get the Kong filling, but the Kong filling is pretty, it's really processed. I'd rather just use peanut butter. When we use peanut butter, we use regular peanut butter. Don't use a really high-end peanut butter. Now also, getting back to the chewing and nipping, like I said, when you pull one of these things out, tease her with it. Now this is a bully stick. Bully sticks are dried bull's penises, and dogs love them. But it's, again, redirecting her or something appropriate. She should only get maybe one of these a day. This is a big dog one. I was giving her the tips of one, which are a little bit smaller, and I gave her one. But it's a nice thing that you can give her before she leaves, before you leave. And let me see. All right, so there's a treat in there, and I'm going to show you how she goes with this. And I'm going to have you watch her real quick. So you see how a treat came out, and watch her. She'll go over, and she's going to start nudging it. Now, we just gave it to her, so she hasn't fully figured it out yet. So let's come back to me. I thought it would be better footage. But eventually, she'll nudge that thing all around. There we go. She goes back to it. It's exactly what we want her to do. So this helps her with her problem solving. How do I get the treats out of here? I have to nudge this thing around. And eventually, it's another way to redirect your dog's attention. Now the last little thing, if your dog is mouthing and nipping at you, yelp. Again, and freeze, that's your first step. Second step, if that doesn't work, if she's on you, stand up until she gets down. The third thing I would do is take one of these and don't just give it to her. Tap her here. When she goes this way, tap her here. Tease her with it a little bit. When she latches onto it, let her pull it away and go chew on it. And you can use carrots for this as well. And then immediately pick up another one and put it in your pocket. So you always have one of these with you, because when she starts chewing, you don't want to get up and go get it, because that's going to promote chewing on your ankles and other things. The last thing, if you yelp and your dog chews on you more, or you redirect and she just keeps on jumping up, a lot of times that means puppies are overly tired and they need a nap. So if all the rest of these steps don't work, then we should put her into her kennel or a playroom and just ignore her, a safe place, so we know she can't get into trouble. Look at her. She's already loving this thing. She's had it for like all of 5 minutes. There we go. Piece of treat came out. And every time a piece of treat comes out, or kibble, she's going to be more inclined to want to do that. All right, so we need to keep her in a safe place, because when we put her in there to get a nap, if we put her in her room and close the door, well, she's got a whole bunch of glorious stuff to get in her guardian's rooms. There's stuff all over the place. And for a puppy, that's going to be very distracting. She's going to chew on the wrong things and develop bad habits. So I talked to the guardian about creating a kennel, puppy playpen area, or kennel training. And I should have a video on kennel training a puppy above this video, or maybe below it somewhere in the text. All right, Haku. Yes, this is the cutie patootie puppy, Haku. Yes, and these are some tips and tricks that you can use to teach your dog to stop mouthing, biting, and nipping you. Right?